Are you buckled up? You feeling it?
Yeah, I am putting on some gloves to protect myself from all the dirtiness, the grossness, and but we're gonna really lock in for 7 rounds. The Arizona Cardinals, I believe, have 6 picks in those 7 rounds, and we're just gonna make mock draft magic.
How many of the 6 is Johnny taking here?
I mean, you know the answer to that.
Listen, I hate that every week at this time it's like Johnny's ruining the draft. So I'm doing my best. I can't promise anything, but I'm doing my best to ensure that everybody is happy. But I'm gonna tell everybody right now in the chat.
Why can't you promise something? Why can't you at least promise?
He just can't help himself sometimes.
It's hard to appease everybody. It's hard to appease myself and my co-host and my producer and the many thousands that watch at home. So I will always promise to be better. We're going to do they have 6 picks, so we should just do 6 rounds. They have a
7th round pick.
They have a 7th round pick. I don't even know my own team. All right, we're entering the draft here. And we're going to go ahead. No, any interest in trading up? I feel like I ask that every week. No one's.
Well, it looks like they don't even have the 7th round pick. Okay.
Wow. Yeah, that needs to be updated. I think somebody tweeted that. We're missing picks here. All right, I guess we're only doing 5 rounds, friends. We've been stripped.
A couple of things here. What's our philosophy if Jalen Walker is in the 2nd round? Like he's been.
I say we took him last time. We don't take him this time.
I'm comfortable with that. Although we need to contact Trevor Sikkema to let him know that
we're going to bother him at the combine next week. Just like last year when we had a big kind of, hey, how come Jaden Daniels keeps on falling to the 20s? And he's like, look. Not my fault.
He heard that so many times. He's like this. Please stop talking to me.
The yearly Trevor Sikkema. Hey, how what about this guy?
Hey, your mock draft is wrong, and I was looking at it yesterday, and this person has a 2nd round grade.
Oh God, I'll talk to the engineers.
That's a great bit. Like we got to come with one guy every year for Trevor.
Well, we clearly have one this year. Jalen Walker could be a top 10 pick after next week. You never know. All right, ready to get this started, gents?
I'm ready, Johnny.
Start it up. Boop, boop. On the clock. Travis Hunter, shocking development. Abdul Carter. Okay, no surprises yet. There's T-Mac. Raiders go safety. Of course they do. Classic Raiders.
Has Shadur gone?
He has not.
Okay. Oh, he did go.
He did go. All right, recap. Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Cam Ward, not the craziest. Mason Graham, McMillan, Malachi Stark, Shador to the Jets. Burden, Tyler Warren, Will Campbell, Jada Barron. I'm not super.
Are you prepared to, after talking to Fran, call baby T-Rex arms Will Campbell?
Man.
Like you did Skoronski? Are you going to continue your tradition?
Skoronski's arms were like my size, though. I remember seeing him at the combine. I'm like, brother, are we the same? Are we the same guy? And he has been grossly underwhelming as a guard for the Titans. So I think that has tracked. Walter Nolan gone, Mike Green gone, Genty, Will Johnson. Welcome back to our typical cast of characters here. I think the first 3 players are the 3 that we're discussing, gentlemen. Yeah. Am I wrong?
You are not wrong. You're not incorrect by saying that. There was some rumblings on the Twitter streets today about James Pierce and some teams, because of alleged character issues, that teams are taking him off their draft boards. So something we'd have to deep dive, but I would have thought that James Pierce would be a great option for the Arizona Cardinals, if not the top option to rebuild their edge rush room.
I feel like there are many good options left. There are guys you could talk me into toward the bottom of the 1st round. I would like to explore a trade. You've got Tampa trying to call the Cardinals for pick 19 and pick 16. What's your comfort level with that? Because again, like Banks could be an option. Williams could be an option. Stewart could be an option. Harmon, like you want to try to squeeze Tampa Bay a little bit here?
I mean, it's only 3 picks, but it's like what we discussed at the top of the show as far as being aggressive in rebuilding your defensive front 7.
That's fair.
Like, why would you trade out of a pick that you probably like? I mean, I think you stick and pick and take Pierce here. I think that's the easy answer. But at the same time, you can get on the phone with Jason and you can talk. You can talk trade. and see how far you can push it.
I think the only thing I'd be willing to do is if you get their second. I don't want scraps in the third round. I'm just going to offer this straight up. It was accepted. So,
one pick in.
We're not even a pick in, man.
Unbelievable.
Listen, sometimes you have to override the chat. That value is too good to give up. I'm sure James Pierce won't go before this next pick. I can't even see your reaction.
Resume the draft.
Listen, I secured a pick. I secured basically a top 50 pick, top 51 pick, trading down 3 spots. You're welcome, everybody. I don't want to hear anybody complaining. Okay. You could flip that for a veteran, do whatever you want. Damon, Bo, you guys pick the player at 19.
That's so generous of you.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
I actually, you know what? I think it's a good trade.
It is. It's a great trade.
It is a good trade. I would have taken James Pierce, but yeah, go ahead. Resume the draft.
Maybe he'll be there.
7 rounds. This is just the start.
He's gone. He's gone. He's never been gone harder. He literally was the player that Tampa traded up for.
Yeah. That's tough, man. So now
reunite this man with his position coach, damn it.
Yeah, Josh Simmons. We talked to Justin Fry, and what his answer basically was, as far as players that were going to get drafted, if you were to script it, I would love to continue to work with these guys. So I think Josh Simmons included with that. Johnny, just the whole issue with taking Josh Simmons in a trade down to 19 is it does nothing for the first segment we had today when we opened up the show about fixing the front seven and aggressively doing that. So I say, take a look at Josh Simmons, but I think you also have to look at some of these other guys. I think it's too early here for Derek Harmon. Get out of the trades.
I got an idea. Can I just show you guys? I'm not going to do it. Okay, Raiders are right here, coincidentally. What if we just did a little bit of this right here? What if we went down, we made a little phone call, and we got,
Are you talking about Max Crosby?
I am. We are now equipped with 2 2s, okay? So.
Can we just do a mock draft?
I thought we were getting gross today. I'm sorry. I thought we were getting gross.
We already are.
I feel like you're in a bad mood now. I feel like I feel like there's nothing I can do. You were so lockstep. I didn't think they were going to accept that trade. You want to mulligan? You want to start over?
No. Let's move forward.
Did you ask Justin Fry what he would do right here?
I mean, he said he'd love to continue to work with his guys, but understands sometimes that's not realistic.
I like Williams too. I'm fine with taking Williams. I think Williams is a more conventional edge than Jalen Walker. People love Harmon. He looks like a clone of like Armstead, those guys that are mountains of men.
Yeah.
Stewart doesn't have enough production for me. I'm out on him. And Banks, I'm hit or miss on. Simmons, Harmon, or Williams.
It's either Simmons here or you wait later in the draft to address tackle. Let's take. Man. No, I don't know. I don't think you take Williams here.
You don't think he's good enough, huh? You like Harmon more? I mean,
Walter Nolan already went.
Look what he did against Ohio State in that bowl game or the playoff game. He dominated Ohio State both games.
I just read like a quick excerpt on him from NFL.com, and their NFC executive quote about him is he plays like a Raven or Steeler.
We don't need
That's
that.
interesting.
They have good front seven play.
I'm in on Harmon. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit.
I mean, Simmons or Harmon.
I vote Harmon in this scenario. I think we go Harmon. Is that all right with everybody?
Sure.
Harmon, very comparable to Kenneth Grant. Like we were just talking about it, 2 shows ago. It's like flip a coin. What's your preference? Oh, sorry, I got pick 51 after the fact.
The chat agrees with Harmon here as I'm looking at it.
I mean, now you're stacked, man. 47 and 51. I get not wanting to stockpile thirds again. Austin Ford was underwhelming last year, but now
Can you at least admit the play though probably was to stick and pick and take James Pierce?
No, because now you can get JT and potentially Tyler Booker. Look how we're eating good now.
Okay,
or Scatterboo.
Ooh, I want JT and Tyler Booker.
I do. I agree with that. I agree with that. It's gonna. So, thing is, you'd probably have to. Booker probably goes to Miami.
Okay, so let's call Miami. Okay, here's what we're doing. We're getting gross. No, I want it here. How do I trade this? I can't trade 51 until after we make this pick, but then I'm worried he's going to be gone.
You can't click on it?
No, it won't let me. Come on, Sikkim, I'll figure it out. Or maybe I do that. Maybe I do this. Never mind. I'm a moron. Okay, 51. We call the Dolphins. 48 and then 113. Is that too rich?
Looks like they'll do it. Can you do 152 instead?
Oh hell yeah, they'll do that.
Can you just throw in like, okay.
How about that right there? Who'd you want me to trade? I'm sorry. You wanted me to throw
say like a future day 3 pick and see if they were going to do it.
I mean, 150, that's scraps.
We just took Chris Greer for a ride. Okay, let's do it. Now I'm back. We're back, baby.
Sorry, this has a chance to be the best mock we've ever done because of your boy. You're welcome. Look at this. Look at the treasure trove of elite players. Maybe one of the best guards, one of the best defensive linemen, an edge rusher that you all love over my boy. Real quick, though, speaking of my boy, where'd Scatterboo end up?
We just saved the franchise right now.
Yeah, I think it's possible.
All right, so look at those back-to-back picks.
Dolphins. Wow. Welcome to the show.
Wow, that's special. That is special. All right, I'm going to throw a curveball at you guys. Quarterback here. What do you think? Not Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, definitely not Dylan Gabriel. 5'11" and baby hands.
I don't hate this right here. I don't hate that.
I think you could wait. Well, I guess we've only got 2 remaining picks after a wheeling and dealing.
What's our? We got 113. I mean, we could take Will Howard or Kyle McCord there too.
Yeah. Let's hold. Okay. What's the tackle class look like? Could we continue to work on the front 7?
This kid from Purdue.
William and Mary, Johnny.
No,
I know that's a big pipeline for you personally.
You're gross, sir. Receivers, okay. Usual names that we see typically. I mean,
Isaiah Bond is interesting there.
He is. So is Tez Johnson, even though he's a little undersized.
I mean, look at yards per reception. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking with gas. What's his size, though? Is he undersized? He's all right.
It's 20.
You want to take an off-ball linebacker here? You've eaten your vegetables. I don't know. Dylan Gabriel. That's alarming. This would be yet another defensive lineman that you would assume that they would not have added one in free agency.
Right.
0 sacks in his career. Wow, great job, Jordan. No thanks. I play for Maryland. I have a career 0 sacks. I won't be drafting you, sir.
Big 10 defender, Johnny. Big 10 defender.
By default, that's like by default. I like Isaiah Bond here. I stick with the big schools, the winning programs this year. Ohio State, Oregon, Alabama, Texas. I don't have any issue with this.
Yeah, and then he used to play at Alabama too. That season before he was at Alabama, and his grade was even higher. So
you decide, Bo, since you're back.
Putting the pressure on me. So
as long as it's not Jordan Phillips, I don't need another Jordan Phillips bust in my life.
Man,
who are you deciding between, Bo?
Yeah, it's tough. I was thinking either tackle from Purdue or take one of the wide receivers. And it's just like, what's your favorite flavor of soda? Is it Dr. Pepper or is it Coke? Do you like Bond? Do you like Tez Johnson?
I don't mind. I mean, I don't mind this pick. It's fine. That's fine. I mean, he's a career right tackle. So you get a left guard of the future, and you get a right tackle of the future.
How do you perform against the big schools? Looks like he had a tough day against Penn State. Ooh, did not perform well against Indiana.
Might have been he did well against Ohio State and Oregon, though.
Purdue was pretty awful this year, wasn't it?
And Notre Dame.
Horrible.
Yeah.
I think he was pretty solid, all things
But this
considered.
guy looks like he's a decent player.
I'm fine with that, Bo. You're making a commitment to your offensive line.
I want to take Bond. I think he's got big time playmaking ability. Didn't he open up the CFP with a touchdown against ASU? Was that Bond?
Yeah, punt return against ASU for a touchdown.
Jalen Milroe is off the board. He went to the Browns at 94. So Will Howard, best available player and quarterback, coincidentally. Again, I
like the Ole Miss interior defensive lineman here. Is Jackson Dart still available?
I'm not sure. We'd have to look.
I think he is, but I kind of, for the sake of this, would probably be like, hey, let's not take him.
Yeah, at this point, I don't think quarterback makes sense. Listen, I'm fine. Oh, man, yeah, I'm with you, Bo. I think more defensive line help.
All right, let's wrap up our draft with this selection here.
It looked dark at one point, and my co-hosts were ready to quit the show, yet they didn't have enough trust in your boy, and this could very well be the best mock draft of the young season thus far. You get, in my opinion, 3 players that are all potentially first-round picks in a brilliant trade by me, Monty Austin-Ford, and then a couple nice developmental players in JJ and Isaiah Bond. A-. I think that's very warranted.
Yeah, it's the Russian judge. Real tough as far as the draft grade goes here. So, yeah, I like it. I'd sign up for this, even though it was a little bit of a rocky start. I was stunned as I watched the draft unfold and Monty trade down on James Pierce Jr. still on the board.
I love it.
Pick 51. We basically gave up James Pierce Jr. for Tyler Booker. That's what inevitably the trade is going to be remembered for.
And still got JT.
Yes.
I think that's a better haul.
It is.
James Pierce, yeah. I think he could be his ceiling, I think, is extremely high.
Yeah.
But I also think that he has a high bust rate.
Yeah.
He's the type of profile that could definitely blow up in your face a little bit.
Yeah. It's just Johnny's maverick in this situation, and I'm giving him credit. I'm early in Top Gun, and I'm Iceman. I'm saying you're dangerous with the moves you pulled out there, but they are also ended up being heroic.
Harmon and JT walk into the Cardinals' shell of a defensive line group, and they're basically like, we're coming over to take over. Move out of the way. This is what real talent looks like. They're going to be doing this top to bottom. Get a good look. Darius, you're good. You can stay. Everybody else, take it in. This is what big boy defensive line looks like. You're welcome.